Welcome to Yogea Asana Lab. This series is especially geared towards providing you with valuable feedback for your anatomical and energetic alignment. This series features 4 seated postures. We will start by exploring Dandasana, staff pose, Paschimottanasana, forward bend, Baddha Konasana, butterfly, and Upavishta Konasana, cone pose. So let's start by the blueprint posture of the seated postures, Dandasana or staff stick pose. And we'll start by lifting our flesh, our sit bones up, and rooting them through the base. So feel that rootedness in your sit bones and press your fingers and your thumbs into the creases of your hips. As you're doing that anchoring, lengthen your back, drop the tailbone down, flex your feet. Make sure that the feet are not sickling in or splaying out. So you want to have them nicely and neutrally rotated. Flexing the feet, feel that the energy is concentrated in the center of the sole of the foot. Now bring your hands and your thumbs back into your hip creases. Press down and lift up. If you really flex your feet, your heels will lift off from the floor. So try and do that. The next step is to place your hands on your sacrum. Lengthen the lower back. At the same time, soften the front ribs. So there is an action of up and back. Just feel as if you're sailing on the water. You're not overarching or over tipping and over tucking. So you have this nice length. Once you're here, softening through the front ribs will allow you to widen across the collarbone, lengthen through the sides of the ribs and the waist, and then press your hands into the floor, pressing the wrists down, keeping some space in your elbow joints and releasing the shoulders down. So here we are in Dandasana, staff pose. Last but not least, engage through the whole body. Press through the hands. Feel your legs are engaging. Feel the support and the centeredness. Shoulders down. Feel the grounding. Once you're there, radiate the energy through the extremities, into the earth, into the space around you, and through your heart, wrap yourself into a halo of light. So just feeling this here. And from here, we are naturally going to shift into Paschimottanasana, forward fold. So keeping exactly the same alignment. Drop the heels down for a moment. Relax the patella and the knees. Bring your hands to your lower back. Start hinging in the hip creases. Take one, inhale, lift. Go a little bit deeper. Exhale. Keep your lower back as long as possible. And the third time, walk your hands somewhere alongside your shins or ankles, depending on your flexibility. Start to lower down. Now, making sure that you are avoiding this contraction and hunching in your spine, and you're keeping the spine nice and long and the pelvis open and fluid. If you need to walk your hands further up, try and do it now. From here, deepening on the inhale, lengthen. Feel the groundedness through your sit bones. The flesh of your buttocks is rooting you down, yielding to the floor. The tailbone is grounding, and the crown of the head is reaching in the opposite direction. Pull the metatarsals with your hands. Bend your elbows, keeping the spine straight. Exhale into the full pose. If you feel it's easy for you here, you can interlace your fingers around the soles of the feet and go a little deeper. Make sure your legs are engaged and the feet are flexed, right? Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Inhale, lengthen. There's a gentle roundedness in the spine that you want to keep. So the spine will never stretch that much. It's just the natural anatomical curve of the upper back that releases into the knees. Inhale, breathe here, and exhale. To come out of it, reach up and forward. Walk the hands, keep the length. Keep on rooting through your sit bones. And there we are, back into Dandasana. From here, we will bend the knees and come into butterfly or Baddha Konasana. There are a couple of variations of butterfly, but we will try the classical one now. As you keep the same liftedness from Dandasana, from staff pose, place your hands into your belly and into your sacrum, shoulders down. Keep the rims of the pelvis neutral, and with that neutral pelvis, start to hinge at the creases of your hips. As you open the hips, walk the hands into your knees, shoulders down. Press the hands into the knees. Keep on lengthening forward. Do not forget to ground back down. So as you ground down, as you yield to the floor, oppositionally, you reach outwards. You radiate outwards. If you feel you have the flexibility to go a little deeper, walk your hands, folding more here. So forward bending, hip opening. And if you want to go a little deeper, make sure that you're not compensating for the hip opening action with exaggerated roundedness in your spine. So you want to keep the spine nice and long until the very end, and the hips opening. If you feel comfortable here, press your elbows into the insides of your shins. Open your feet, splay them open as if you're opening a book, and deepen. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale. Eventually you will go all the way down, but it doesn't really matter. Wherever you are in the journey, honor your body's wisdom and commit to an edge plane. Know where your edge is. Do not push further from the edge. To come out of butterfly, walk the hands back into the shins. Bring yourself up, keep the spine erect, bend the knees, and now we will open into Upavishta Konasana, cone pose. The legs are neutrally rotated, the feet are flexed, same alignment in the pelvis, tailbone down, energy shooting through the crown of the head, hinging from the creases of the hips. We start to walk the hands forward. If you feel you have the tendency to do that, come back up, nice and honest with your body's amplitude and range at this moment. Start to hinge here. Breathing in, inhaling, Reaching through the crown and the tailbone. Exhale down. If you feel you can place the hands, go ahead and do it. Keep on flexing the feet and engaging through the legs, rooting through the sit bones. Keep on walking. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. One more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. If you feel you have the sufficient flexibility in the hamstrings for the full pose, release your chest into the floor with your hands and your thumbs. Move into the creases of the hips and pull yourself back. From there, you may want to take yogic toe lock and open. Resist the urgency to sickle your feet here. Keep them neutrally rotated. Breathe and lengthen. And exhale, release. One more. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, release. To come out of it, press through your hands. Bring yourselves up. Come back to neutral alignment. Bring your legs into Dandasana, staff pose. And find this moment of being relaxed, grounded, and present. And with this, we end the series of 3 neutrally rotated and at the same time externally rotated postures.